Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This video is taken from the second patch that came out for Set 7, Dragonlands of Teamfight Tactics. This game is a normal game. It was played on the day that patch released. And the theme for this video is going to be, oh no, they overbuffed Volibear. Whoops, somebody made a mistake over on the Riot TFT design side. So some people might recall, if you're around during the public beta environment on the PBE, there was a point in time before release on the PBE where Volibear was extremely overpowered. There were a number of bugs associated with him and how he interacted with one of his traits, the legend trait. But the unit really dominated the PBE meta, if there is such a thing, for about a week because the unit was just absolutely annihilating lobbies. And as a result, before release, Volibear was severely nerfed, which was very warranted, very, very warranted. And on the release version of Set 7, this unit was basically useless. No one played Volibear. It was bad enough that people didn't even really know what his traits were because he was so rarely played. His three traits are Shimmer Scale, Dragonmancer, and Legend. So he was completely non-existent in the release version of Teamfight Tactics. But as mentioned, this is the second version. I guess it's officially the first patch, but like the second version. And the designers gone and goofed. They made 4 separate buffs to Volibear. They buffed his base attack speed. Anytime a unit has their base numbers touched, it's always a pretty significant increase. They increased his attack speed. They greatly increased the amount of health that he gets when he uses his ability, when he uses his ultimate. And they also increased the damage from his ability. And they also buffed the legend trait as well. So this is kind of a classic example of poor balancing on the part of the TFT developers. If a unit's a little too weak, if a unit's not being played, they should buff one thing. You don't buff 4 separate things simultaneously, because between a bunch of the popular stuff from the release version getting nerfed and Volibear being comically overbuffed, this unit is now ridiculously overtuned. So my plan, this is a normal game, as this was played on the first day of release, literally within 12 hours of being released. So people are definitely learning what's up. And this is me trying to force Volibear to try and test to see how strong this unit is. Okay, the reason why I wanted to play Volibear was in part to test this unit, but also due to the fact that I thought I had a really good setup to play Volibear here. If you look at my items, I took a sword off the initial carousel. I also have now gotten a cloak to drop, so that's going to make Bloodthirster, which is one of Volibear's key items. His most important items are Rageblade and Quicksilver Sash. And then typically either Bloodthirster or Hand of Justice, but Bloodthirster is better because it synergizes so well with his monstrous health total. So ideally you'd want Rageblade, Quicksilver Sash, and Bloodthirster. You can substitute in like Hand of Justice, but it's not as good. You could substitute in like a Gunblade, again, not as good. Titans is also a good item on Volibear, but you do want some kind of healing. You need some kind of attack speed on him. Ideally, Rageblade. You can also substitute something like Rapid Fire Cannon. And then the Quicksilver Sash is basically mandatory because he's a melee carry, and if you don't have Quicksilver Sash, he's going to get crowd controlled to death. So it's very important he has that early on in the fight. And again, this is very typical for melee carry itemization, items like that. It's very similar to what Warwick had back in set 6.5 when Warwick was super dominant for like well over a month. Very similar itemization to that unit. So those are kind of the items you want. I already had the Bloodthirster here from the start, and the other thing you need is Dragonmancer units, and I am getting Dragonmancer units. I was able to make a Set right away, and Set can actually hold items for Volibear because his itemization is pretty similar. He's another melee carry. This does, of course, mean I'll have to sell and replace the Set, but that's okay. I think that I can manage to do that. The odds are I will either not 2-star Set, and then I can just sell that unit I'm holding and replace with Volibear, or I will 2-star him, and then I can get a replacement 1-star to put Set back in the team composition later on. So Set can hold these items. I also had a 2-star Ashe. I just naturaled my way to 2-star Ashe, and then I also found this Karma, and then I also found this Lee Sin as well. So I found a whole bunch of Dragonmancer units, and that's typically what you want to play Volibear with. The most common version of the Volibear comp is to play 6 Dragonmancer, 3 Jade, and then 3 legend, but I'll talk more about legend when that becomes relevant later on in this video. So that's kind of the most common form of this comp. So if you're getting a lot of Dragonmancer units early on, then this is a comp that's often good to play into. Obviously, also if you have the items for it. I also then have a tier on my bench as well, and that can be half of a chalice, which is also excellent because chalice is also something that you really want to get. Basically, aura items are really good on the Volibear as well. Well, not on Volibear himself, but on another unit to buff up the Volibear later on with Legend trait. So Chalices are great, Zeeks are great, Locket's not so great but because of the way that Locket doesn't give base stats, but Zeeks and Chalices are both really good. Anyway, I'm hoping that I can win streak off this board. I took 2 2s, and when you take 2 2s, you generally are hoping that you can win streak because it just gives you 2 champions. They actually tweaked this in the patch. 2 2s now gives you a 2-star 1 cost and a 2-star 2 cost, which is a little bit different from what it was before. So this does not give you anything long term. It just gives you immediate power right up front. So you do want to win streak with this if you can. Normally I would be playing the Lee Sin in this team composition, but I want to run Jade. And I had this 2-star Gnar, so I want to take advantage of having the 2-star Gnar. This is a close round. I was hoping that maybe I could win this one, but this other person has taken, I think it's Gadget Expert is what it's called, that gives them a static shiv at the start of the game. And that actually is very powerful as well. So they're actually able to cut through my team. I was a little sad because I made the 2-star set. I was hoping I could win streak off having the 2-star set, but nope, I am going to take a loss there, and that's a bit of a disappointment. So I've already mentioned Volibear's key items, Bloodthirster, Quicksilver Sash, and Rage Blade. So ideally I want to try to build towards one of those 2 items right now. So I'm looking at what I have here. Remember, I already have the tier on my bench. So I'm thinking I'm going to take this cloak, but then I was like, oh, you know what? It's only a 1 gold. It's only on a 1 gold Nidalee. Why don't I take the glove instead? Because that'll also get me half of Quicksilver Sash. So I end up taking the glove, and I would come to regret this because as soon as I picked that up, I was like, oh, I think that was a mistake because I actually need multiple cloaks here. Remember, I need 1 cloak for Quicksilver Sash, and then I need another cloak for a tier in order to make Chalice, which I definitely want to make later on. So I was like, geez, I know I took that off a 3 gold champ and not a 1 gold champ, but I just need more cloaks here, and that's not going to give me a cloak. So I was immediately regretting that and wishing that I had just grabbed that cloak, because even though it was only a 1 gold Nidalee to sell, I could have made a Chalice right away, and that would have been nice because that would have given me immediate value. Instead, I can put that glove on set, but that glove's not really going to do anything because it does not combine into a finished item. And I've also mentioned that you can sometimes make Hand of Justice as like a fallback item on Volibear, but the Hand of Justice replaces the Bloodthirster. Like, it would be pointless to make Bloodthirster and Hand of Justice, so that's not going to do anything. So yeah, like I said, this is not terrible, but oof, I needed a cloak before, and now I still need a cloak, and I kind of need 2 cloaks. So if I'm not able to find them, it's not going to be the best thing overall. Well, anyway, as far as my board goes, my board is still pretty strong because I have 3 2-star units. And as I said, Set can use the Bloodthirster reasonably well. As I said, his itemization is very similar to Volibear, so he can be an early game item holder for Voli. I am a little disappointed I have not actually seen a Volibear pop up in the store yet. I would love to have seen one. It's not like it's impossible to see 3-cost units, but I haven't seen that yet, so I'm just going to continue onwards. I have been seeing all of the other Dragonmancers. I've actually seen every other early Dragonmancer. I've got Set, and I've got Ash, Karma. I've seen Swain now pop up. Lee Sin I've had in the shop as well. By the way, here is someone playing Volibear, but it doesn't appear as though they're making a dedicated Volibear comp. They're actually playing into Shimmer Scale, which, you know, is always a possibility. Shimmer Scale did get buffed a little bit in this patch version, but I still wouldn't really encourage it. Shimmer Scale, you know, it's the economic traits are always a little bit risky, and if you dive heavily into them, it usually doesn't go all that well. So I am able to have a good stage 2. It's very unfortunate that my loss was in the middle of the stage. That's very unfortunate fight sequencing. The person I lost to, I believe, is the person that's on the full win. No, actually, never mind. I lost to that person was on 92 HP. But yeah, it's unfortunate. 2 wins, a loss, 2 wins. It's like if you go 4-1 in stage 2, that's the worst possible fight sequencing. But I can't complain. It's been a good stage 2. So And I've got most of the pieces of what I need. I really just need Volibear to show up now. All right, and then, oh, I get a glove out of the minion round here. Yep, so remember how I said I needed 2 cloaks? Well, I end up getting the worst result. I get a glove, and I already took a glove, and I don't need 2 of them. I need 1, so... Ooh, I am having regret. I am having severe regret over not taking that cloak. Because remember, I still need 2 cloaks. 1 to make Quicksilver Sash, and then 1 to try to make a chalice later on. So yeah, really, really wish that I had kind of gotten that cloak. But oh well, I'll stop making this point over and over again. It was definitely a mistake in retrospect because I needed 2 cloaks, not 1. But enough of that. All right, so I could go ahead and look to level here, but there's not really much I could put in. I could put in I could level and put in Ezreal. That's true. I could go ahead and put in Ezreal, but I was thinking, you know what? I think I beat everyone other than the person who's on 100 HP, who I'm actually hitting right now. And I thought that putting in Ezreal would not beat the person who's on 100 HP. So that was kind of my thinking there. It's like I'll already beat the other players if I don't level. And I'm not going to beat the one person that I already lose to. So I expected that I would lose if I was up against this person, which is indeed happening. But I don't think that having Ezreal in would have won this round, because you can see it's not exactly close. Yes, Ezreal gives me Swift Shot and Tempest, which would both be nice, but this is not close enough that I don't think having Ezreal in would win this round. The 2-star Shen with the Sunfire just kind of blocks my comp really, really badly. All right, so here we go. We've got our second choice here. I'm going to go ahead and take Weak Spot. Always a good choice. And now I will level and put in the Swain. And I decided I'll go ahead and roll here. Should have picked up that Ezreal. I'm just trying to find a Volibear because I haven't seen Volibear. I'm like, Voli? Where are you? Come on. And there he goes. Okay, so I rolled, what, about 15 to 20 gold? And that's going to allow me to put in the set for 6 Dragonmancers, although I wonder if it would have been better just to not play the 6 Dragonmancers here. I don't feel like this is very good. Honestly, it probably would have been better to play 3 Dragonmancers and then keep the Gnar in for this. So this is a mistake. See, I'm watching this in retrospect. I should have just played 3 Dragonmancer here, put in kept the Gnar in for Jade, and then put the Ezreal in for Tempest. Because I could have had 3 Dragonmancer plus Swift Shot plus Jade plus Tempest. And I think that would have been much better. Plus, I sold a 2-star Gnar, which would have been good to have in there. So I don't think that this is... I don't think this was the correct play to just go up to 6 Dragonmancer. Yes, 6 Dragonmancer is good, but I think I could have had a much stronger board by just running 3 Dragonmancer for the time being. Anyway, so I hit the person who quit the lobby. This is a normal game, so sometimes people do that kind of stuff. And we're going to get to see how Volibear operates here. So that's the hope for the time being. And while we just have this downtime here, I will go ahead and describe how Volibear's ability functions. I've got the cheat sheet here. Let me just make sure that I find him here. Ah, there he is. Okay, so Volibear, as mentioned, his 3 traits are Shimmer Scale, Legend, Dragonmancer. His ability is called Relentless Storm. Volibear rages, gaining bonus health. For the rest of combat, every 3rd attack deals bonus magic damage to the target and magic damage to each additional enemy. So he starts out untransformed. He needs to build up his mana. It's not a lot. Right now it's saying 0 out of 60 for his mana cost. So when he fills up the mana bar, he transforms. He gains a ton of health. He actually gets quite a bit. It's right now in the numbers, it's 550 at 1 star, 1,000 at 2 star, 1,800 at 3 star. So he gets a ton of health. And then afterwards, he gains bonus damage on his primary target, and then his also shoots out lightning, very similar to Static Shiv, that deals magic damage to each additional enemy. So this is one of the things that makes it rough dealing with Volibear. He doesn't really get stuck on tanks. He can be hitting the tank, and then lightning will just proc out and hit the backline as well. So even if this is not a unit that you can deal with by just having 1 super tank in the front lines, he can still kill your backline even if he's stuck on frontline tanks, which is one of the things that makes this such a dangerous unit. I think he's going to be insanely difficult to balance because we've already seen what happens with Volibear. If the numbers are too low, he's just completely useless. But when the numbers get turned up too high, he's just such a menace because he becomes really, really unkillable. He needs that attack speed from getting the... so that's why you really want Rage Blade to ramp him up, get additional attack speed. Every 4th attack shoots out that lightning that hits the back lines. And then QSS, so he can't get crowd controlled, and then Bloodthirster, because remember, Bloodthirster gives you a shield based on a percentage of your maximum health, and it is very, very easy for Volibear to get up to like 5,000, 6,000 health. He does not need to be 3-starred to get up to like 5,000 health. So Bloodthirster gives you a shield. I think it's like 35% of your max HP. So you can imagine if he gets a shield that's like 35% of his max HP, and he's got 5,000 health. I mean, you can see he's going to get a shield that's for like 1,500 health, 2,000 health, and that just gives him more time to keep killing things. So he really ramps up over time. He's also one of those units where the difference between having perfect items and just having like vaguely good items is just absolutely massive. And right now, again, I took the bow off that last carousel because that's what I need. I need a Rage Blade on him. I'm trying to work towards that. But again, if I had taken a cloak earlier, he could have QSS plus a bow right now, and that would just make a humongous difference. Volibear with no attack speed is not very scary at all. And I believe that's what you see in this fight. He has no extra attack speed beyond just what he gets from his base stats. He has no Quicksilver Sash. So, like, look what happens to him. He just walks up, he gets CC'd, he's attacking glacially slow, and, like, he's just useless. He does nothing. So, as I've mentioned, the difference between good items, perfect items, and having just, like, nothing is pretty huge. Pretty huge. So, yeah, I don't think that I'm particularly strong right now. As I said, running 6 Dragomancer here is not the play. Would have done better to run more traits and just run 3 Dragomancer for the time being. I guess I should also talk about what Dragomancer trait does. We're still relatively early in the set, so I'll read the formal description. Dragomancer, use the Dragomancer Blessing item to choose a hero. It does have to be a Dragomancer unit. You can't give the Dragomancer Blessing to non-Dragomancer units. The hero gains massively increased health and ability power, which increases by 10% per star level of your Dragomancers. Right now I have Dragomancer 6, which is 1,350 health and 60 ability power. And there's a huge jump from Dragomancer 3 to Dragomancer 6. It triples the benefit. It goes from 450 health to 1,350 health, and from 20 ability power to 60 ability power. Again, expect these numbers to change over time. So yeah, once again, you see Volibear just completely useless here. I think he kills like 1 unit, as this assassin board just jumps all over me. So I'm like, yeah, this is not it. I made a mistake. I should not have sold that Gnar. But I definitely need to get stronger than this. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the Ezreal. This definitely makes me a bit stronger. Tempest plus Swift Shot traits. It's not like Ashe is doing a lot of damage or Lee Sin doing a ton of damage. But this does get more traits on the board. If I can go to level 8, then maybe I can go ahead and get Jade back in. I wouldn't mind play. I could also, by the way, put in Xayah for, for Rage Wing and another rank of Swift Shot. But nope, that's not the plan. We're trying to test Volibear in this game. So I'm really hoping I can get some cloaks here. Like, I need a cloak desperately so I can make Quicksilver Sash. And I do get an Anivia here. That's half of Legend trait, which we'll talk more about. I get another glove. I was like, oh, another glove. Oh, I don't want another glove. Now I have 3 gloves. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm actually going to roll here. I'm trying to find Voli 2-star. I don't feel like I'm very strong here. I'm like, all right, let's roll, and let's just see if we can hit Voli 2-star, because I don't have a lot of 2-stars on my board. And I'm like, all right, well, there's another Voli. Can I get to Voli? Can I get another Voli in here? I do see another Anivia. And I'm going to hit the Swain, and then I'm going to hit the set, but I don't want to roll much lower than this. Like, I went down to 28 gold. That's not a lot. And I was like, ugh. Now I've got another glove. So, all right, what do I do with these items? Well, I just decide, you know what? I don't think I'm going to make the Rage Blade. I know I could force it from Treasure Dragon, but we have 2 bows. So let's go ahead and make the Rapid Fire Cannon. That's not bad. It's not as good as the Rage Blade, but it's pretty decent. So we'll go ahead and put that on him. Now I've got these 2 leftover gloves, and I guess that just makes a Thief's Glove on somebody. And then I've got this Tome of Traits that I can look to try to pull as well. But I can't roll more than this. I don't want to go below 30 gold on level 7. All right, so I'm going to pull the Tome of Traits here. I wanted to wait 1 round so that all the extra units I put in would count for Tome of Traits. So let's go ahead and pull this in. Oh, new recruit. Okay, that works. Works for me. I'm never going to take Think Fast. Just being able to play 1 more unit's great. So let's go ahead and pull the Tome of Traits. And oh, there's a Legend emblem here. This unit gains the Legend trait. This is the only way to get Legend, a Legend emblem, by the way, is if you can pull it from a Tome of Traits or if you would get it on like a late game carousel. So I'm going to put that on Swain, and now Swain can be another Legend unit as well. So normally you need to find Ornn to get Legend trait in, but I'm not going to need to do that now because I managed to find this Swain. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Thief's Glove on the Anivia here. I actually can play another unit. I don't even have another unit to play right now. I think I actually roll here just to try to find another unit to play, if I remember this game correctly. Come on past me. What are you going to do here? Are you going to roll to try to find one more unit. There we go. And then Ezreal comes back, so it's like, all right, play him for Swift Shot and Tempest. Make sure Voli is the Dragonmancer hero, and now we're off and rolling. All right, so Legend trait in. This is probably the weirdest trait in the set, so I'm going to read what this description does. Legend is only on 3 units. It's only a 3 trait. There's no Legend 4 or 5 or 2 or anything. Only 3. So what Legend does, each combat, an adjacent ally sacrifices their life to the Legend. So you kill one of your own units, and the Legend gains 100% of their health, 100% of their armor, 100% of their magic resistance, plus 50% of their ability power. So you gain all of their health, armor, and MR, and then 50% of their ability power. So you can see why chalices are so good if you're going to run this. If you run, when you have a chalice, you get the additional ability power. So you get the ability power on the Legend unit itself, and then you get it again because they get 50% of the ability power off of the unit that they're eating. So that's what I'm looking to do here is I want to put a chalice on Lee Sin, and then I will get all of the health, armor, and magic resistance on Lee Sin. And then Volibear will also get half of the ability. He'll get, if I can put a chalice, he'll get the chalice AP, plus he'll get half the ability power, again, off of the Lee Sin. So as I said, you get double benefit. And this applies to the other units as well. This applies to like the Swain, who I've made into a Legend, and also to Anivia, but they are not the featured units in this team composition. It is the Volibear. So like, watch. Oh, you're probably thinking like, well, Voli's going to lose this, right? Obviously he loses. Well, does he? Does he actually lose this fight? Because he's got the Bloodthirster. You might think Twitch is safe. Nope, Twitch is not safe. That Lightning's going to arc and kill him in the back lines. And so yes, Voli just tanks down the entire enemy team and does 6,000 damage. I also want to be clear, he's a 1-star unit here. Like, this dude is not 2-starred. He's a 1-star unit. So yeah, that might be a little bit of an issue. All right, so as far as what I want to take here, again, I want the cloak. I still need 2 cloaks. I want 1 for Chalice and 1 to make Quicksilver Sash. So fortunately, I am able to get it. I kind of faked towards that sword, and that person that I was contesting the item with did not go for it. They probably just didn't want the cloak anyway, but I'd like to think that that little juke maybe did something. All right, the other thing that I've done here is because I have the +1 team size, and because I have Swain as a Legend unit, those are 2 things I normally would not have. So normally the comp would not look like this. Normally, if you want to play Dragonmancer plus Legend plus 3 Jade, or 6 Dragonmancer plus 3 Legend plus 3 Jade, normally you have to run Ornn and normally you have to be level 8. But because I've kind of got these extra slots, I was like, you know what? Let's play into the Jade Dragon, Shi-OU. She will be really useful because she will let me go up to 6 Jade, and that's going to be really, really good for Volibear. All right, now remember, what Jade does, I've done a couple of videos on Jade trait, but if you're new to the set, Jade trait puts these statues on the board, and anyone who stands next to the Jade statue gets 2 things. They get extra attack speed. Oh wait, attack speed's really good on Volibear. So get extra attack speed, and they also get health regen per second based on a percentage of their max HP. So right now, Jade 3, which is what I have in the comp at the moment, Jade 3 is 2% of your max HP per second in healing. Jade 6 is 5% of your max HP in healing. So Volibear, if he stands next to that Jade statue, he's going to get 5% of his max HP every single second. And you might have noticed he's got about 4,000 or 5,000 HP after he transforms, and he's still a 1-star unit. So yeah, this is kind of a broken interaction. He just gets so many stats from all of this stuff. He just starts to become unkillable, and the numbers are set way too high, at least in this initial release version. If people are widely expecting that this unit is going to be hotfix nerfed. Again, it was so obvious that this unit was overtuned in the patch notes. So people are widely expecting that this unit's going to be nerfed. And by the time you watch this video, there's decent odds that that will be the case. Like, he's just slapping this Itis here, and nobody's dying on either side. But, like, again, the way that his electricity works, Volibear just kills the Xayah in the back lines because his electricity just shoots out, arcs over to those units. And even though he never really gets through the front line, he still kills the Xayah anyway. Again, he's 1-star. This is a 1-star Volibear. This should not be happening. Not on a 1-star unit. By the way, the triple loaded dice is hilarious, but I'm not looking to go for 3-star Voli. I don't think that that's reliable enough. I really want a cloak, but I was like, I don't want a cloak with Deathblade. That's not going to help me. Come on. And, oh, here we go. This actually works perfectly. So here we go. We're going to get the cloak. So that's going to allow us to make Chalice on Lee Sin. So remember, that's going to give double benefit to Volibear. He gets, I think Chalice is 30 AP, and then he gets another 15 from eating the Lee Sin. So that's going to be essentially, what, 45 AP? That's like half of a death cap. And then look at the other items that I've got here as well. I can now make a Titans and put that on Shio-Yu, which she's going to make use of really well. This is one of her best items. So we'll just go ahead and make that. And then I have this rapid fire cannon. I'm just going to put this on Swain because attack speed synergizes very well with Swain. Again, Swain is never going to be the featured unit in this team composition, but he can make decent use of this item. It's not, again, it's not as good as a Rage Blade, but it's certainly not a bad item on Swain. All right, so now I'm level 8, and I'm like, all right, can I just get 2-star Volibear? Can I just find this unit? I'm still on a freaking 1-star Volibear. By the way, the Bard would be nice at level 9, but I'm nowhere close to level 9. I'm just like, are you kidding me? I have 1-star Volibear, I have 1-star Anivia. Can I freaking find these units? This is unbelievable that I can't find this guy. I rolled on 6, I rolled on 7, and I rolled on 8, and I can't 2-star this unit. It's crazy. He's also not even being played in this lobby. I think there's one person that's playing, has like a 2-star Volibear. So there's like 5 Volibears out of the pool, and I believe there's 18 of the 3-cost units. I'm like, geez, can I actually find a 2-star version of this unit? This is ridiculous. But anyway, I'm still winning. But I'm still winning anyway, because this unit's just so overtuned at the moment. Although I don't know if I beat this Zaya. Looks like I don't quite have enough to win this, although I think the 2-star Bully would have won this fight. I think the 2-star Bully would have won this. Still, I'm like, geez, like, I cannot believe how bad my luck is at hitting this unit. I'm deliberately forcing this unit in this game to try to test it, and I did have a great Dragonmancer opener, but wow, have I not hit at actually finding Volibear himself. Jeez. I mean, I'm high rolling in other areas. I got the Legend emblem out of a Tome of Traits. I was able to get +1 team size from a Prismatic trait, but still, it's like, geez, man, can I just freaking find some Volibears? At least I do manage to hit an Anivia, so that's not bad. Again, Anivia, if she rolls decent items from her Thief's Glove, she can be like a secondary carry. That is not what she rolled for this particular round, since she's got Infinity Edge plus Warmogs, which is not going to do anything. Basically, I just have to sit here and keep rolling on level 8 and just pray that I can manage to find a 2-star Bully, which really shouldn't be that hard, but it is in this game for whatever reason. I will say I'm like hilariously good against Shen, because Shen's whole thing is the dodge zone, but I have double RFCs on my team, so I will not have trouble hitting Shen. Kind of funny how that works. This person has a 2-star Zaya and a Shyvana on their board, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to beat that. It's just how many units can Volibear kill, and the answer is not many. So, I mean, I had this really promising start, but like my team is foundering here. And it's just foundering because I can't hit 2-star Volibear. It's 5-2 and I have a 1-star Volibear. Like, oh my god. This is just really insane. So I'm just hoping to hang in there. It's like, come on, store, show me 2-star Volley. Show me a 2-star Volley. Well, I'm hitting other things at least. Hitting the 2-star Shio-Yu is big for this comp. That's a very strong unit. I'm basically playing that for frontline along with the Volibear. So that gives me one other unit that can tank, so everyone does not just immediately focus Volibear right at the start of the fights. So that is not the worst thing for us to have. All right, so I did hit 2 of the stronger teams in the lobby, so I'm just, again, hoping I can maybe beat some of the weaker people, and then, like, come on, shop, please give me another Volibear. I'm not going for 3-star, I just want the 2-star. Anyway, so this is the Shimmer Skill person. They're also playing Volley, but this is not how to itemize Volibear. They're playing Assassin plus Last Whisper. I'm just like, what? Okay. I don't think that that's the way you want to itemize this unit. Once again, Volibear is stuck on the Idas, who's like the super tank, but Volibear doesn't need to get past this unit. His electricity will just kill everything anyway. So, yep, he's still hitting. He still has not touched Zaya once, but Zaya still dies. And again, I do think that this is... And we knocked this person out of the pool. So they didn't have a lot of Volibears. I think they had like 4, but at least they'll go back into the pool now. Yeah. All right, so we've got a chance to get some more items here. There is another Chalice here, so that would not be bad at all. I would not mind getting that Chalice, but I see something else that I decide I want even more. And I decided I'm going to take the Warmogs because, remember, there's two different things I can do with this. I can put it on Shioyu to make Shioyu much tankier, but Volibear also gets 100% of the health when he eats a unit. So I can also put this on Lee Sin and have Volibear eat that unit as well. And then he would get all the health as well. So that's also a possibility. And then it's like, thank you, we finally hit this. So I have kind of a tough decision here is, do I want to put this on Lee or do I want to put it on Shioyu? And I'm like, I think it's actually better on Shioyu so that I have a unit that can tank longer. Remember, extra health is going to apply to the Jade Statue's regeneration as well. I actually should reposition Shioyu so Shioyu is next to the Jade Statue. I should probably just move the Jade Statue in the back lines up so it's giving the benefit to Shioyu as well as Volibear. Like, I don't really care if Swain is getting... Well, I guess the attack speed is decent on Swain, but I really should reposition these statues better so that I'm getting the Jade Statue's attack speed bonus and healing benefit on Shioyu as well. All right, by the way, look at Volibear. Yeah, he's got a lot of health. Someone on TFT Reddit described it as he has a UPC barcode, which I think is a good, accurate description. I think he has about 6,000 health right now. So remember, he heals 5% of that every second with the Jade Statue. And he... and he also stacks up, what is it? He also has all that attack speed, so he keeps hitting people in the back lines. So yeah, this unit feels pretty... I won't say it's completely unkillable. I will say it's going to be very difficult to kill this unit. And now I have some actual front line with 2-star Shioyu with Titan's Warmog, so that unit also going to be very hard to kill. And the Shioyu is just really there to keep everyone from focusing Volibear at the start of the fight. That way, half the enemy team hits the Shioyu, half of it hits Volibear. And then I've got Anivia and Swain as like off carries in the backline. So yeah, now I'm trying to reposition here a little bit so that more units are getting this benefit, so that Swain and Anivia both get it. And it's not so much the health regen for my backline units, it's the attack speed benefit. It's the 40% attack speed. So oh man, look at this Volibear. This is so disgusting. This is a 3-cost unit. He is not 3-starred. He is just 2-starred. And he is easily outperforming the other 4-cost units, and honestly probably some of the 5-cost units on the other team, although we haven't really seen that yet. All right, so Anivia's still alive, Volibear's still alive. He's healing for so much health. He does 11,000 damage effortlessly. So this is why this unit is so overtuned right now. He just stabilizes insanely hard. If you hit 2-star Volibear on, like, I don't know, 3-2, 3-5, you just are not going to lose a round for all of stage 2, like all of stage 3 and all of stage 4. You're just not going to lose a round unless you're hitting another Volibear player. Oh, we got 2-star Karma. Yay! Anyway, we've also got a Morello's, which I don't really have much use for. I don't really have a heal cut in my comp, but I'm not sure that I need one. So I believe that my thinking was, let's just reforge this. We do have the reforgers on our bench. We can, you know, if we get a damage item, maybe it can go on Swain. If we get like a tank item, it could go on Shioyu. Or it could even go on Lee Sin, because remember, Volibear is going to get the stats from Lee Sin if he eats him, particularly if it's like heavy armor or magic resistance. That would be pretty useful to have. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Definitely we'll pick up the Yasuo. We can play that at 9, or just play it. I think I just play it right now. And then let's go ahead and reforge this Morello's and see what we get. So, oh, going to get a Dragon's Claw. Well, that's really good on Shioyu, but I was like, wait a minute. It's also really good on Volibear. Ha ha ha. So think about this. Dragon's Claw gives, I think it's 120 magic resistance, something like that. Volibear gets 100% of the armor and magic resistance on the unit that he eats. So he's just going to get like 120 magic resistance. Now, that's going to make him completely unkillable by magic damage. Yeah, 270 MR. What? That's ridiculous. Okay, so now you absolutely cannot kill him with magic damage whatsoever. Like that Shyvana's breathing on him doesn't matter. Shyvana deals magic damage. So, yep, Voli still alive, slapping that the talent. Now it's him against the Xayah, but that Xayah really is not itemized very well. So Voli's going to win. He won with 253 out of 6,000 health, but that's important because we do end that person's win streak. I think they were on a win streak anyway. So, yeah. Now we can even put another item on the Lee Sin. Maybe we get another Chalice. Maybe we can find a Bramble Vest. What if we find a Bramble for this guy? If I can put a Bramble Vest on him, then he would get, Volibear would get, what, 100 armor? I think that's what Bramble gives. It's right around 100. So yeah, geez, okay. That would be pretty good. And then I think I finally, oh, no, I was going to say, I think I finally realized that Shioyu should be next to the Jade Statue as well. But no, I'm still positioning next to everyone else. really should just position Xiaoyu so that she also gets the healing and the attack speed buff. All right, so we are up against someone who is playing another, wow, a lot of Rage Wing comps in this lobby. A lot of people playing Xayah. Maybe they were still stuck in the previous patch. Although Xayah seems to be pretty strong in this patch as well. It doesn't feel like she was nerfed very hard. All right, so once again, looks like we're going to lose this fight, but Voli's still alive, and he's got a lot of health. And yeah, you can't kill this unit. Cannot kill him. Does not get even close to dying. So we're just going to win that and knock another person down to low HP. And now I'm just trying to get to level 9 and figure out what else I'm going to play. By the way, oh, Nivea has rolled a Chalice for this round, so that's pretty nice. Let's put her, yeah, we want to make sure that Swain gets that bonus. And now I'm just going to look to see what else I can take off this carousel. I would like to get to 9 and try to make Yasuo 2-star, and then I can play another unit. And the best unit would probably just be Bard, because that'll give me a rank of Mystic. Even more magic resistance, although I guess I could find, what else could I potentially play there? Oh, by the way, I make a mistake here. Woo! Almost lost that. Almost didn't have the Jade statue next to Volibear. Very important that he gets that 5% health regen per round. This is a ghost round for what it's worth, but I would like to keep my win streak going. So think about the wider context of this game. I did not hit Volibear, like, at all. It took me forever to find him. I didn't 2-star Volibear until 5-5. Literally stage 5-5. That's ridiculously late. And I am still easily just cutting through everyone's team compositions. Again, I had some luck elsewhere. I mentioned the Legend emblem, getting +1 team size. Again, I definitely had some luck elsewhere, but come on. This is ridiculous. The Volibear 1-star stabilized me so hard, and the Volibear 2-star is like winning the lobby. I do not have 3-star Volibear. I'm not close to 3-star Volibear. I'm still easily winning. All right, so on this carousel, again, some decent options. I could always do double Titans on Xiaoyu. That wouldn't be bad. But remember how Legend trait works. The unit being eaten feeds 50% of their AP to the Legend. So I was like, yep, let's just take this death cap, and we'll feed half of those stats over to the Volibear. Now I'm just trying to figure out what unit to play. I was like, I guess I could play the set, but there's a Bard. All right, so Bard will just play that unit too. And what does Death Cap give? 75 ability power. It's like, all right, well, that's just going to feed another 40 or so ability power over to the Volibear. Again, not basically equal to the Chalice. The Chalice gives about the same amount of ability power, because I think the Chalice is 45, and I think the Death Cap is like, well, half of 75, so 37, 38. But Volibear has like 350% AP. This is ridiculous. It means his lightning hits like an absolute truck, and he has so much health you can't kill him, and his lightning just arcs and kills everything. As a 2-star unit, he's still killing everything effortlessly. Really ridiculous. So this board came together over time, but I think it mostly just speaks to how this unit is absurdly overtuned right now. Again, by the time you're watching this, there's a very good chance that this unit has been hotfix nerfed by the time you see this. But if that's the case, well, here's Volibear in all of his glory when he was ridiculously overbuffed by Riot, and before they adjusted his numbers, because he is, like, as I'm recording this patch has been out for like 12 hours, and he is completely dominating the metagame to a crazy degree. All right, well, we've got a couple more rounds here. I'm hoping that I can win this and knock this player out, and then we'll see, maybe my Ghost can knock out the other player. So I get double shrouded. Does this matter? Not really, because Volibear transforms almost immediately because he's taking all those hits. And, I mean, he's taking damage here to be sure, but like as the fight goes on and as we kill units on the other team, he just keeps healing and healing and healing. And we just remove threats on the other board one by one, and he's still healing. Xiaoyu is also still alive, so we're going to win and knock this player out. And I believe the other player got knocked out as well. So that's that. GG. And just hit 2-star Volibear and win the lobby, apparently. Again, there are ways to counter the Volibear. Big things you want to do to counter this. Giant Slayer is really good because he has so much health. You need a heal cut, so Sunfire to stop his healing. Mystic Trait is really good because it helps your backline survive better because they get magic resistance against the lightning. But geez, man, this unit not balanced. Not balanced at all. Somebody done goofed and overbuffed Volibear. All right, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, take care and hope you guys have a good week.